All right, just a quick update on the Santi Gold Goldfish fry. This is the 75-gallon tank. I put the bigger ones in here. I had to sort them out because they're way bigger. I'll show you the difference in size. They don't look big because they're all kind of small, but these ones here are probably more than 10 times the weight and size as some of the smaller ones that are the same age. Don't know why these grew so fast. It's crazy. But I'm looking at these. I see a couple of them in there that are the color of like green, like the carp color. And then there's ones that look like a silvery blue color, like a peach to it. And then there's other ones with a little orange growing on them, well, coloring up on them, and some black spots appearing like blotches. Like that one in the back, I don't know if you could see it. It's got like a black splotch in the middle. And there's one that's not black all over the top of it. So they're definitely starting to color up, but I had to separate them. They're so much bigger, it's ridiculous. I'll show you the other sizes I got. These ones came out of the 40-gallon right here. And as you can see, look at how much smaller they are. Some of the big ones would be like this one right here. If it gets bigger, I'll put it in with the other big ones. But if you look in here, and there's ones that are still tiny. I don't know if you're even going to see them, like these ones up here. Down here, they're still like, I don't know, maybe not much bigger than when they were like a week old. Some of them just don't grow and they're all eaten, so I don't get it. And I noticed the bigger ones always stay near the bottom like this and eat all the time, so maybe they're smarter and they're just eating more. But these are in the 40-gallon breeder, and as they get bigger, the bigger ones, I'll transport them to the bigger tank here to 75. It's a lot of work feeding them, changing the water twice a week. But then I got this tank here. I don't even know how old they're. They got to be 2 weeks old, maybe 2.5. And actually, for their age, they're pretty big, but you could see in there, some are still tiny, and then there's some big ones. So what I'm going to do, well, here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. The ones that are bigger, I may just start moving these into the 40-gallon, and then the bigger ones in the 40 that are pretty big, I'll move into the 75, so there's no big ones, so they don't eat each other. Or I'm thinking maybe just put this whole tank in the 40-gallon breeder and take out the ones that are bigger, a little bit bigger in the 40, and put them in this 20 just so I could keep an eye on them. And then put them in the big tank. I don't know. Let me know what you think is a better way of doing it. I have no idea. I'm just thinking put them all in the 40 and pick out the big ones and put them in the 75, but I don't know. It's my first time ever separating goldfish fry, and it's driving me nuts. It's like they're growing at such different rates. It must be they're all different types. Who knows? But they're all eating good. I haven't had any die on me in 2 weeks, so they're all eating good. So they should be growing, but I don't know, they don't. And I'm feeding them, like I said, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different foods that are all real high quality. Look at this guy. Hammering him, picking up on him. It's actually overexposed. Maybe if I back off, that's just overexposed. Now it'll work. My camera skills are getting better. It's about it. I don't know about my fish keeping skills. Yeah, just lowered the ISO a bit on here, and you can see them a little better. But like I said, the bigger ones seem they always feed off the bottom. Let me see if I get a closer view. You could always see them in the bottom, always going around eating anything that falls to the bottom, especially back here for some reason. It must always fall of food. But you can see, look at that one, he's getting a little black on him. it looks like. There's some in here that are solid, almost black looking. Strange. I don't know what I'm gonna get. It looks like you can't really tell what you got here until they get like the size of the ones in the 75-gallon. When you could bring you over there, see if I could show you some of the colors and see what my ISO is like in this tank. It still says it's good. You see if I can find one with some color. Maybe that one I can't really tell, and even if the camera's focusing or not. Look. It's hard to find them. These guys are always in the gravel looking for food, the bigger ones anyway. I don't see anything with color on it right now. It's like hard to tell. They're still small, even though they're the bigger ones, they're still small. I usually use a magnifying glass and I can honestly see it better. Like there's one in the back there. It's up against the back wall. You ain't gonna see it, but he's got a big black patch on him. The one here has like orange on the head starting. So they are coloring up. They're just so small it's hard to see. So, I don't know. Probably when they get in like double the size, you'll really notice it. But as of right now, it's very hard. Even on these littler guys, if you look with a magnifying glass, you can see some color coming out. In here, I got ones that look kind of real white looking. And then there's the green color ones that probably are going to look like carp color. And then there's actually like a brass color one. I don't know if they'll be orange or not. It's too hard to tell. And then I got the white ones that look like a peach color with like a yellowish like tinge to the like head part. But then they look like kind of like they may be the sky blue ones because I see the bluish sheen on them. And also the ones with the whitish looking with the black splotches and red splotches. I'm thinking they're Sankey golds, but who knows? It's hard to tell. Look, the proud parents that just keep breeding. If I wanted, I could have 10 times the eggs. They're crazy to just keep going and going. But yeah, everything's looking good. They're actually, I found them eating the algae off the plant, so that's good too. But everything's looking good. Like I said, in the last 2 weeks, nothing died on me, so we'll see. I did kind of have to cull a couple deformities that I didn't even mention till now. Sometimes I see them and their tail will be real short and like squished together. And I actually put it under my microscope and I saw that it was like all white, like all around it, like I don't know what it is. There was a couple of them like that in the last month and I just culled them. And also sometimes you'll see one that looks really like the head comes out, then the tail, instead of being straight like a fish, it'll go like bent, like the bones are bent, like it's real crooked looking, and I culled them. What else? Trying to think what else I had. Oh, some of them. Hey, you get them when they're real floaty to fish. I would say about 4 of them, the air sac in them was so big, and so I left it go for like 2 or 3 weeks just to see if it would clear up, and it doesn't. And I'm thinking to myself, you're better off culling them at that age because when they're big, they're probably the ones with the float problem. And you could tell it's them when you watch them swim around. Instead of like darting forward like a normal fish, they always teeter-totter like up and down from the head to the tail because they got the floaty sack like in the center of them. So I figured I'd get rid of them. There was like 4 of them in the last like month or month and a half. So I guess it's better to do it now because when they're older, you'll see it'll be the ones that have the float problem. So that's what I've been doing. I actually had to order new food for the smaller ones because they eat the algae stuff that's real good. And I ordered that today, so I got more. But the other ones are eating the bigger food, so I got to put like all different foods in there. But just a quick update. Well, it's not quick. I'm over 10 minutes now. Just an update on what's going on. And hopefully I could raise these up to at least an inch or two before we could see what they really look like. It'll be awesome. But all right, guys, enough talking. I'll let you go. Later, guys.